thank you everyone for coming in such great a number. Scaly beloved, we are gathered here today to take farewell from our dear fellow dragon, Halilaxis, who was taken too soon from us. Well, actually not really, because even when my father hatched, he was already considered ancient. Anyhow, to most of you, he himself might not even be of note, but his name should have meaning to every dragon here. Known as the Golden Torture, Halilaxis was the first to settle in this our land and make the volcanoes his home. After suffering a severe defeat at the hoofs of Commander Hurricane and the tri-pony race army she formed with the founding of Equestria, Halilaxis retreated into a life of hermitude. Halilaxis was known by our kind as one of the most exemplary dragons to ever exist. Having lived a life of adventure and excitement, experiencing both joy and sorrow,
Well, I'll be
and achieving
damned.
true dragon
I really didn't
greatness.
think AJ was actually gonna go through with it. But she seriously did it.
Truly, such a despicable display. To go and murder a dragon merely for the sake of an old prophecy. That is vile.
What I'm cautious of now is the inevitable backlash this is gonna cause. I've got a feeling relations between ponies and dragons are gonna suffer now. Curious, though, that she allowed us to attend this funeral given what happened.
Well, maybe that's got to do with the fact that I ain't actually did it, y'all.
AJ, you're here too. I was just about to say that you seriously have some nerve to show up here after what you did. But you saying you didn't actually do it?
Nah, I was at his cave, though, and I had already challenged him to a duel alive and death. And being a dragon, he wanted to defend his honor and accepted. But when he stepped outside, and I was met with his literal building of a reptile, I started second-guessing my decision. Suddenly, my old shotgun felt puny in my hooves. And also, on my way to his cave, I had some time to think. Meeting the Great Benger was my dream for all my life, and in all the scriptures, he's always hyped up to be this mythical being of might and magic. But after seeing him in person, I gathered melee. Well, it's kind of lackluster. Plus, after my emotions had cooled down, I realized that my decision to go and kill a retired dragon just peacefully living his life only so that I could meet a fucking Polygon PS1 era-looking bear. Suddenly that thought felt a whole lot more psychopathic than it did before. So I said to myself, balls to this, I ain't killing a fella for that, and left.
Oh, well, with that, you certainly proved a remarkable sense of common decency. But you would go and kill a dude over calling you a background pony.
Fucking this again? For the last time, there ain't...
Could you not shut your yaps, please? Show some fucking respect! It's bad enough that I let Spike talk me into allowing you ponies to attend this event at all, so the least you can do is have some deference.
You're right, sorry. We'll keep it down now.
I was actually thinking more like shutting the fuck up. But fine, go ahead and do your self-centered sketch shit, I don't care. Just be quiet about it.
Okay. Now, back to topic. So if AJ didn't actually kill Halilaxis, then who did?
No one did.
Really? How can you be so sure of that?
What if you guys had listened to her speech like Dragon Lord Ember expected you to? You'd have heard it yourselves. His time had simply come. He died a natural death, drifting off peacefully in his sleep. I mean, he was 10,000 years old. That's ancient even by dragon standards. Oh, hold on, it's time for the lava ceremony.
Now, in the name of the great volcano, I present to you this cauldron. In it is a sample of the volcano's very magma, the sacred essence of our home. As we are hatched from the lava, we shall then go into the lava once more. So now I, as your lord, shall put into this cauldron and its sacred lava all that which is of note for our dear deceased, before we then pour it into his grave, so that it all shall pass over with him, and nothing may keep his spirit from moving on. First, this coin of gold. It stems from Halilaxis' very own hoard, which he spent millennia growing, making it the greatest hoard any dragon ever hoarded. Next, this wheat plant, symbolizing all the equestrian crops he torched back in his day. Now I realize that by today's standards, these actions hardly seem glorious or heroic, but as a dragon of his time period, he achieved great glory in all the havoc he wreaked. This glory shall forever be his own. And lastly, this small furry critter. Unlike us, it cannot withstand the heat of our sacred lava and will burn just like the coin of the plant. This barbaric gesture symbolizes the core belief of dragon supremacy, in which Holly Laxus was a firm believer. By laws of decency, I apologize for what the pony fraction of our guest is about to see, but traditions are traditions. Now I would ask you all to be still for a moment in order to remember our fallen friend, to honor his life and his legacy. Thank you, everyone. Now it is time for all us dragons of honor to step toward the grave and pay your last respects personally to our dear Hylilaxus. Concerning the ponies, no offense, but the tradition allows only dragons to partake in this ceremonial step.
That's quite all right. Thanks.
Hi there, Spike. Nice service, wasn't it?
It sure was.
I'm especially impressed with how Dragon Lord Amber has made sure to uphold the ancient traditions of dragon funerals, even if she herself might be rather skeptical towards the old ways. She knew Holly Laxus would have wanted it like this.
Wouldn't it be far from my mind to judge another culture, but was that burning alive of that mouse really necessary?
And that remark about dragon supremacy also didn't exactly help matters concerning the predisposed opinions some ponies have about dragons.
Yeah, well, like I said, this ceremony had nothing to do with our Lord's personal beliefs or policies, but she thought it would be disrespectful to force an all too progressive ceremony on a literal dragon of old times. And by the way, the ritualized burning of things isn't an exclusively ancient thing. We do that for all funerals. It's like she said, it symbolizes the worldly possessions passing on with the soul of the deceased.
I'm gonna be honest, Smolder, and it might be because Amber literally said as much, but I didn't feel like me and my friends were really welcome here.
Well, it is true that Amber made an exception for you because Spike wanted to invite you as well. But you have to admit, the way you've been acting didn't exactly impose much sympathy for you here.
That wasn't up to us, Smolder, and you know it, having been in a sketch before. When the camera's running, we gotta provide.
Okay, so how about we just drop this for now? Let's say I don't criticize you for doing your sketch things in the midst of a funeral if you don't question our weird dragon traditions. Deal?
Deal.
All right, so now that that's settled, tell us, Smolder, how's things been for you lately?
Oh, well, not so bad all in all.
I can imagine that. Being the next in line for the Dragon Lord crown's gotta be hella exciting.
Yeah, it kind of is, but to be honest, I've been getting the feeling lately that Amber mostly just did the scholarship thing as a PR stunt so that she could profit of the positive image of herself as the wise sensei. Considering she's only a little older than I am, and how old dragons can get, I can most likely forget ever getting to be Dragon Lord myself.
When in that, you're 100% correct. The only one who's destined to become the next Dragon Lord is me.
Did I miss anything? What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, I think it's time I spilled the beans, friends. I didn't simply take you with me so we could attend this funeral together. Mainly, I wanted you all to witness this historical moment. Because I've been thinking lately about how this whole lordship of Ember came to be and everything I've had to go through since she came into power. If I had been the Lord, this could have all been avoided.
So all of a sudden you're obsessed with power again. Your character's really all over the place in this messy series.
Hey, it's not my fault Robotus keeps remembering more stuff about me. Now, it's time. Ember! As the rightful inheritor of the Blackstone, I hereby demand you give up the scepter, step down and leave the throne and title of Dragon Lord to me!
You serious?
Yes, I am. After all, it was I who touched the Bloodstone Scepter first during the Gauntlet of Fire. I know back then I said I'd leave it to you, but that was only my show character. Therefore, because I didn't actually give it to you fully willingly, it still belongs to me.
Are you sure about that, Spike? Even if what you said were true, with birth of the Pro-Equestria Coalition, my title became fully recognized by the other world leaders. I am completely legit. I don't need any more proof than the scepter in my very claws. It obeys my command.
Does it now? Well, we'll see about that. Come to me, Bloodstone Scepter! What? I said come here! Come to your master! Scepter? Scepter! Come on! I don't get it. In G5, I'm the Dragon Lord. That means the title belongs to me.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. Well, in that case, it's your own fault for being stupid enough to believe whatever shit G5 established has any canon connection to our version of Equestria.
Now, Robotus, I thought we said we wouldn't ribbon to G5 anymore.
Okay, but even without that, your alleged claim of my title is totally nonsensical. G5 is set like 300 years in the future. I mean, you were all grown up then, weren't you?
Yeah? So what?
Could it maybe just be that by that time, I somehow died and you won the Bloodstone Scepter again in the next Gauntlet of Fire?
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. Didn't you yourself abolish that tradition? You even have a successor already in the making.
Oh, right. Still, that doesn't mean you can't become Dragon Lord in the next 3 centuries. Maybe if you play your cards right and really kiss Smolder's ass, she's gonna make you her successor.
I guess that's one way it could go. So maybe I don't have the right to rule after all. At least not right now. Could I use that knowledge before I went and challenged my lord?
I don't know, my lord. If that's all supposed to make sense in the timeline, both you and I would need to die really young by dragon standards. Not sure if I'm really okay with that.
What? Why are you two looking at me like that, all cautious now? Come on, like I'm actually gonna try and do anything to you. My days of murdering folks are behind me. I gave you my word of dragon honor, remember?
Yes, that is true. Okay, let's leave it at that then.
Cool, so now we kind of sorta explain how I'm gonna end up as Dragon Lord in G5. But one thing I still can't quite place.
And what's that?
What does the Dragonstone have to do with all of this? What even is it? Where does it come from? And what purpose does it serve?
The Dragonstone. There, here you get your Dragonstone, Spike, since apparently you're so interested in G5 stuff. Do with that as you please, I don't care. Now, in memory of the great Halilaxis, I'm gonna forgive you this one time that you tried to overthrow me. But don't do that again, alright?
Okay.
Okay. Then now let's party dragon style!
I gotta ask you something, and please don't take it personally, but did you three accomplish anything at all during that whole discussion?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. Basically, we've made sure that all of the stuff we already knew was gonna happen is now really gonna happen. Or something like that. And I got the Dragonstone now. Another puzzle piece needed to make sure G5 happens.
Nice. So this Halilaxis guy at least didn't die for nothing. What?